In prosperity, we kind of get mixed up with certain words. Some words meant something very different to us in the past, in the lifestyle we lived before. And now, as we're moving more into this spiritual awakening, this spiritual world where we're finally understanding how our mind, our words, our thoughts controls what happens in our life, it is very important for us to understand what the word prosperity means. Most people just assume prosperity is attached to money, possessions, the physical things we could see. In my metaphysical studies, I'm going to show it here, Dr. Leon Masters, which is our, who is the founder of the University of Metaphysics, wrote in our curriculum, first, we must establish the term prosperity. Prosperity is not only financial, it is also it also includes love, health, happiness. Experiencing one of these elements without the other is not true prosperity. And again, we have to step away from just being attached to what's on the outside because we have, like I said, we have three different levels of prosperity. And on the second resource I wanted to share, and this is something that Jesus said in the Bible, and he say, lay not up for yourself treasures of the earth, but seek ye the treasure of the heart, where thieves will not break it and steal it. Oh, that's pretty deep. And what he's referring to again is, we always say, when we die, we're not taking anything with us. There's nothing to take with us. We have to leave all of this material stuff behind. And the time to enjoy it is now while we're here in our physical body. This is why we get to have prosperity and abundance. But let's first break down what prosperity truly means. So we have three types of prosperity. We have the material prosperity, mental prosperity, and spiritual prosperity. And they each builds on the other. And one doesn't work without the other, like Dr. Master says. Unless all three are balanced and working simultaneously, then getting that prosperity that we truly want doesn't come to us. And we wonder why. Why is this not coming to us? And that's because one of these, whether it's material, mental, or spiritual, they're not interconnecting. So let's go and dive a little deeper into what that means. So in mental prosperity, one of the reason is it is not how much you have, but how happy you are with what you already have. And you've heard many stories of people who went out and say, I've made all this money, I have all this stuff, and yet I don't feel fulfilled. Even though you feel like you don't possess all that your dream can desire, you are still content with what you have. So when you feel that, okay, I don't have everything, but for now I'm okay. It's all about the message we're sending out there to the universe that's so vital to our prosperity and our manifesting. Being thankful for what you do have and not annoyed by what you don't have. We usually focus on the not having part. It's, I know it's not easy. It's not easy because we're watching TV and we're watching constantly, they're bombarding us with these advertisements, and they're constantly showing us prosperity at a whole different level. The travel, the car, the house. And yes, some people want that, but not everyone wants that. So what does material prosperity means for someone who's really not either interested in having the opulence or already had it and is thinking, okay, what else? We are, human beings, and our needs is always about expanding and growing. So that's just part of who we are. It's not being needy, but it's part of growing. But we can't just grow in one department. We have to grow in all. You have the basics to maintain a comfortable life. So this is a moment of gratitude, of appreciation, of saying, well, I have the basics. I have a bed, I have a roof, I have food, I have, my close friends, my family. When we can appreciate the basic that we already have, that whether we get more or not, it doesn't matter because we can survive right now in what we have. Focusing on the health of your body. Now, we are here as physical being. So when we think of our body, which is kind of material, but we appreciate our health, our wellness, our well-being, the body itself, you give it that attention. Um, that also is prosperity. Prosperity is having a healthy body. When I sometimes when I'm cooking, I like to be very deliberate with what prosperity means to me. And I will make sure that as I am preparing my meal, whether I'm chopping my onions and peppers and, seasoning my food, to make a conscious effort to say, thank you for my health, that I could stand here and prepare a food. Thank you that there's food in the refrigerator. Thank you that I had money to buy the food that I could put in the refrigerator, that I can prepare a nice meal that I can share with my family and my friends. Like when we can live in this moment of gratitude and appreciation of our prosperity, this is part of the prosperity process. It's not just the possession of having. Our body is very important to us. It is not the quantity of what you possess, but rather the quality of who you truly are from within. When you have filled that empty space in your heart, when you know you have put out goodness and kindness and you're being true to yourself, that is also prosperity. That again, just the feeling good of just not doing for yourself but doing for others. And in that space you start creating more prosperity. Now you're sending out more energetic vibration of I am content, I'm in a good place, I'm okay. And the universe has to bring it back to you. Just have to bring it back to you, right? So the second step, or the second part of prosperity, is mental prosperity. And in mental prosperity, it's having peace of mind even when everything looks bleak on the outside. Yes, we have election coming up if you're in the USA. There's a lot of war in the world, and we know that. We understand that. Um, but sometimes not every one of us, that's our mission. There are people, better said, there's souls on this earth that came here specifically for a specific task. And it's important that we each find our soul's mission and soul's vision and what it came here to do. And by really deep diving into what that is, because then the person who's here to save the whales are working on that. The person that's here to do the environment, they are working on that. So it's important for you to understand or find out what your purpose is. We can do everything. We just cannot tap into everything. But if we tap into that one thing and we pursue it, that's where we make a difference. Knowing the difference between the effects produced by positive and negative thinking, thus choosing to think positively. When you realize that whether you're thinking positive or negative, how you affect not just yourself, but you're affecting the complete environment, the conscious collection. We all are connected. And in that connection, we influence each other, not just ourselves. So just by knowing the difference between the positive and the negative thinking, and the difference it makes not just to you, but to everything, that it is really vital for you to pay attention to, as much as possible, stay in that space of positive, positive, positive. Being able to forgive, therefore receiving the mental blessing of a clear mind, not darkened by hate, anger, or revenge. So, we already know that whatever we put out into the universe, it's like a boomerang. It comes right back at us. Whatever you put out, whether it's even just in your mind, even if you never spoke it, but just a feeling of that person, just doing that creates this backlash. It comes back at you. So when someone says, just go ahead and forgive that person for doing whatever they did to you, it's really not about that person. It's really about yourself. It's about keeping your mind, body, soul healed from within, because we do more damage to ourselves than we even think. We're not even aware. Sometimes when we're gossiping about people and spreading bad rumors or just judging other people, it really is a mirror effect on ourselves. We're bringing that back to us. So be very aware of forgiveness just means I am letting go so I can be free, so I can continue to prosper, so I can continue to be abundant, I can continue to be healthy. It's literally letting go of stuff that just doesn't serve you no more. It doesn't serve you no more. Hanging on to grudges and revenge and getting even, let it go. Just let it go. Being mindful by controlling your thoughts and guiding it for the betterment of one's life. So, as I said earlier, when you are in the moment, when you are consciously living in the moment, being conscious of your thoughts and your actions, obviously, and controlling. So, this is where mind mastery comes in, which is controlling your mind from what it's thinking, which means constantly you have to be aware, what am I thinking now? What am I thinking now? We have neglected our thoughts for so long that we're not even aware of all of that chatter going on. It's going on all the time, 24/7, even in your sleep. The subconscious mind doesn't sleep. It's there. It comes up in your dreams. It comes up when you're like daydreaming. It's always there. Your job is to become aware of it. Because if you're not aware of what your thoughts is saying and the conversations you're having with yourself, that's the vibration you're putting out into the universe. And that is what you're going to manifest. And even if you said, I did not ask for that, I did not want that, but you did not check in with your mind and see what's going on in there. So being mindful by controlling your thoughts and guiding it, the GPS, recalculating, and guiding it for the betterment of one's life. Having a different perspective in all situations opens up your mind to non judgment of race, status, or creeds, honoring all God's creation. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we're all interconnected and everything is energy. Literally everything. The wall behind me, the desk, sand, this space right here that we can't touch, but we know there's vibration happening. Everything is energy and everything is connected. Everything. So everything is affected one way or the other. So, by having a different perspective, is to see something, even if it's a bad something, and try to find what we call the silver lining. Try to find the goodness in that. What is the goodness in a person, situation, an outcome, whatever that is, take that story, flip it around, look at it from a different angle, try to find something that's good about that situation. And just doing that, like it says, you honor God's creation. Everything is God's creation. So, who are we to judge? Who are we to criticize? Who are we to just not give it the importance and appreciate it and be grateful and thankful? So, again, having a different perspective, it's very important for us to learn to be flexible, to be able to change our minds. It doesn't matter what we grew up learning, and according to the four agreements, we're domesticated by what our parents taught us, and church and society and whatever, the news, whatever. It's time to think for yourself, make your own decisions, see the world from a different point of view, and that will make such a huge difference for you, for the world, for everyone.